Yes.
Hey, Jeffrey, this is Sam. Calling back about the property that you submitted an inquiry for. Um,
Uh, no, Skipjack.
what is the address?
Loop.
Skipjack? Okay, on my end it came in as Skybird. Hold on a second. Maybe that's why I couldn't pull it up. Hold on. Skipjack?
Loop.
Okay, I see it on my end. Okay, so it's in Lakewood Ranch.
Yes.
All right, hold on a second. It was so I was a little
Well,
confused
either
there.
one.
Okay. All right, so I have it pulled up on my end, uh, and it seems to be a single-family house, 3 bed, 2 bath, 1,400 square feet. Accurate?
Yeah, that seems to be accurate, right?
Okay. Is the property currently vacant or is it occupied?
It's occupied.
Okay, who lives there?
I do.
Oh, okay. So you're occupying it. Are you moving out somewhere?
Yeah, I'm going up north.
North Florida or up north like New
Or no,
Jersey?
up north like Ohio.
Okay. Okay, where are you going in Ohio? Columbus?
No, Youngstown.
Youngstown? It's
Yeah.
never heard of it. I guess that's a smaller town.
Yeah, it's a small town. Yeah.
I gotcha. I gotcha. All right. So the property seems to be in fairly good shape. The photos that I'm seeing online, back from, I'm assuming you bought it. Does the property look similar to that?
Yeah, it's similar. Yes it does.
Okay. Could you just give me a brief description of the condition?
The condition is excellent. It's got new windows, hurricane proof.
Okay.
A new furnace about 3 months ago. It's got a new roof on it. It's
Okay.
got uh, shutters on the inside, and it's got oh shit. I can't think of the name of them. Jeez, oh man, about the wood up on the ceiling of the inside. Oh,
Like a vaulted ceiling or?
yeah, it's got vaulted ceiling, but it's got a trim, wooden trim up there. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Uh, yeah, it's in the bedrooms and everything.
Okay. Very nice. Very nice. How long have you owned this property for?
I've had it for about 6 years,
Oh, wow.
6 7 years.
Okay. What's making you move up north? You got a job opportunity out there?
No, I'm retired. I'm way past working.
Wow. Most people are
So
moving from Ohio to Florida to retire. You're doing it the other way, huh?
well, my kids are all up there,
Oh,
and I'm
nice.
all alone down here.
I see.
So,
See. Do you stay at that property by yourself or you got company?
yep, I stayed by myself.
Wow. Yeah, that's a big house for one person, so I don't blame you.
Yep.
Okay. Okay. And it seems like it has a pretty nice view out to the, I guess that's an artificial pond out back.
Yeah, it's a pretty good sized pond. About
Okay.
20 homes surrounded, I suppose, something like that. Maybe more.
The mosquitoes eat you alive when you go outside?
No, they don't seem to bother me. I don't
Maybe you got sour blood.
know. Maybe.
Me, I'd have been dead if I lived in a pond like that. They love my blood.
uh, Yeah,
Got that
well,
issue. All right. So seems like a nice property. What's the time frame that you're looking to close this within? Did you think about that?
well, I thought about it. I'm pretty much up for anything. You know what I mean? I could
Okay.
be out of here in, 2, 3 weeks. You know what I mean?
You don't got a lot of furniture in
You know,
there?
well, I'm getting rid of the furniture,
You can get
so
rid of everything?
I'm moving. Yeah, and we're gonna
Okay.
have yeah.
Okay. And so essentially you'd basically sell this and you'd move to, you said Youngstown, right?
Yes.
Okay. Is there a place you already have prepped for yourself over there? Or would you have to
No,
look for a house?
I got to look for a place to live. I'm going to stay with my son until that's done.
I got you. Would you be buying or renting?
It all depends. You know what I mean? What comes up?
Okay.
I'll probably rent it first.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people say that renting isn't good. Um, but um, to me, that's like the best way of retiring. You don't have to worry about shit. You don't have to do
Yeah,
maintenance on the house. You don't have to pay insurance.
yeah,
You gotta pay property
that,
taxes. None of that.
yeah.
You
That's
know.
right. That's what I'm looking at. That
Yeah.
sounds good.
Okay. So, I mean, I could probably make that happen, right? So I can close as quickly or as slowly as you'd like me to. Um, what I'd like to know is, which is going to be a little bit of a determinant of a time frame. Is there a mortgage on this property, or you bought it for cash?
Yes. No, there's a mortgage on the property.
Okay, what's the balance that's left on the mortgage?
I'm going to guess it's around 164,000 or something like that.
164.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, and is it a good mortgage? You got a good interest rate, or not really?
It's about 4%.
About 4%. So
Yeah.
what do you got there? Like a payment of about $1,600?
Yeah, about that.
Okay. Okay. That's probably with taxes and insurance, huh?
Well, I pay that separate, so
Gotcha. Okay. So let me see. So essentially, we would buy this from you. We'd close on the time of your choosing. That's totally fine. The condition of the property seems in pretty immaculate shape. Um,
yeah.
doesn't seem to need much work to be done to it. Um, what's the price you're looking to get for it? How much would you charge me on top
Well,
of your mortgage? So let's say we pay the mortgage off of, let's say it does come in at 164. Let's round it up to 165. How much would you want to put in your pocket after the mortgage is paid?
I was waiting to see what kind of cash offer I was going to get.
I gotcha. I gotcha. So the way we operate is, I have a business partner who basically writes the final check. What I do is once I have all the information, I basically take it to him and try to get an approval on what the seller wants to get. Now it has to be within reason, of course. Um, but I can't really go to him with no price because it's your house. I can't tell you what you want for your house.
Yeah. Well, I'll say 400,000.
Oh, that's on top of your mortgage?
No, the total package.
Okay, okay. How much would you want on top of your mortgage just as a walkaway number in your pocket?
I haven't really put much thought to it.
Okay. That's
So
fair. Fair. So, let me see. I'm looking at it. Did you talk to any realtors? Who put the
I've
400,000
got
in
a
your pocket?
realtor. I've got a realtor lined up that's gonna sell it if nothing happens with this plan. You know what I mean?
Okay. Did the realtor say how much they could sell it for?
Well, they give me a reference as to homes in the area,
Okay.
and they're all selling around. They're selling around anywhere from 4 to close to 500,000.
Really?
Yeah.
Because I'm looking on the MLS. I do see a few that sold for four. There's actually one that sold for 420. It's a little bit bigger. Um, I do see some of them. I see another one for 495, all the way to 495, but this one's real big.
Well, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Um, but the thing is that even if you list it for 400, you got to pay all those agent fees and commissions and closing costs and all that stuff. Um,
Yeah.
that's going to cost you at least 10 to 12%.
Well, it's going to cost about um, six, probably about 8%. You know, 6-8%.
That's to the agents,
Yeah, well, yes.
right? But then you also have closing costs, and most cases in this market, people also give concessions to buyers, and that's if you get an offer at full price too. So that
Uh-huh.
knocks it down already to like 360,000.
Yeah. Well, I'm not going much below that. I gotta I gotta see what I can get. You know.
Right. And is the idea for you to get cash in your pocket all at once, or would you want to get payments over time?
Well, I'd like to get. What do you mean by payment over time? I mean,
So were you looking to
you
sell it
talking.
cash all at once, or would you rather somebody like give you a slightly higher offer and then just basically pay you as if you were a bank on a monthly basis?
Oh, yeah. Well, I'd like to rid myself of it. You know, get rid of it.
Got it. So cash offer would be best.
Yeah.
Okay. So you were basically looking to get a net in your pocket. So let me get this straight. So if after agents are paid, you were going to walk away with 360, and then you have a mortgage of 165 roughly. If I take that out, so you were trying to put 195,000 in your pocket after everything's said and done. Is that accurate?
Yeah, that's about right.
Okay. And is there anybody else that's involved in making this decision, or is it just you?
Just me.
Okay. So let me do this because I think you're not, you're not way too off. I do think you're asking for a fair number. The property does seem to be in a pretty good shape. From everything you described to me, everything seems to be in really functional state of condition, and you have a good location
Yeah.
and a nice house. Let me go to my business partner. He's sitting right next to me. He just got off the phone call. Let me chat with him really quickly. See how close I can get to that number. If I can get him close to that 195 in your pocket, is there something that prevent you from moving forward with the paperwork today?
Today, well, I've yeah, me. I
What?
would do it, but I'm not going to jump into something. You know what I mean? But I'm willing to do it. Yeah.
Okay. What does that mean?
Well, it means everything in its spare time. You know what I mean? It's
right?
it's it's got to be it's got to be done according to
Yeah, yeah. So what I'm
everybody.
trying to say is, I don't want to say I don't want to say, hey, we're gonna buy the house today and you got to move out. That's not what I mean by
Yeah.
any means. What I'm saying is, if we can come to a conceptual agreement, meaning we agree on a time and the price, and closing costs to be paid by which party and all of that, if we can come to a conceptual verbal agreement, is there something that prevent us from putting that on paper?
No,
Okay.
there's nothing preventing that.
Okay. Let me go to my partner then, um, before he jumps on another meeting or another call. See if I
Okay.
can get him to the 195. I'm just gonna put you on hold for about 3 to 5 minutes. Chat this over with him. See if the numbers align. Maybe we can throw an offer your way and potentially put this together and save you the hassle of putting this on the market, going through agents, and all of that headache.
All right.
Okay.
Okay,
Give
go
me
ahead.
3 to 5 minutes, Jeffrey.
All right.
All right. Not sharing my files. Ay. Hey, Jeffrey.
Yes.
Hey, man. I'm sorry it took a little longer. We got in a verbal fist fight over here.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
we were just going back and forth, and we were looking at other houses that sold in the area. And essentially, you are right. There are houses that are selling for 400. Some of them, a little more than 400. They are
Yeah.
newer, and some of them have bigger square footage. So, like, there's one that sold for 440, but it's 2,000 square feet, right? So it's about 600 square feet bigger. So it just makes it a little more challenging to use it as a comparable. But so we went back and forth. Here's the meat and the potatoes. Okay, I have two offers for you instead of one, which you know, you didn't have any offers. Now you have two actual offers. So here's the offer number one, and this is a straight out cash purchase It's an as-is purchase where there is nothing you have to fix or repair, paint. You don't even have to patch little, holes you may have from paintings or whatever. Um, no commissions have to be paid, right? So this is a direct transaction. You're just selling the house to us. And there are no kind of fees on our side at all, right? So the number I'm giving you is the net walkaway number. So the first
Okay.
option basically is a $300 to $310,000 purchase price. That's a cash purchase where we just buy it directly from you, and there's nothing that has to be paid.
Okay.
So if you have a mortgage of 164, that puts $146,000 in your pocket after everything's said and done. So we're paying for everything else.
Okay.
Before I jump to the second option, could you give me some feedback on this?
Well, I don't know what to get back to it because now you're the second guy that has not. You're the first guy that's offered me anything, but you're the second guy I've talked to of any length. And what I want to do is check my figures,
Okay.
see what my loan balance, what my loan balance is,
Okay.
and go from there. I'm using a ballpark, but I'm not sure if that number is accurate. You know what I mean?
Have you
So,
had a
uh,
statement from the bank recently for the month of
no,
October?
I'd have to call them to find out where I stand. And
I
then,
got you. I got you. I
you know,
got you.
uh,
So I do have another option for you. Okay.
okay,
Um, so the second option is a little more interesting, right? So the
okay,
second option is essentially um, it's a higher price point. So, and it's higher significantly. So from 300,000, that offer would jump by 32 grand. So it would be a $332,000 purchase. And let me explain to you why, right? So over the last 5 years, we've done close to 1,400 transactions, and we've realized that our business model was mostly tailored to people who had value add type of properties. And just so you understand what that means, it's houses that need a lot of repairs, right? And we can add and force
okay,
appreciation to them. And whenever there is a bigger disrepair, we're just able to come in, we add that value, we fix the place up, and then we resell it on the marketplace in a lendable condition. Now,
okay,
on the other hand, 6 out of 10 people that I talk to that want to sell me their house, just like yours, their properties are in much better condition and they don't really have a lot of value to add, meaning there's not a lot of meat left on the bone for me to chew on, right?
uh-huh,
So essentially, um, we started thinking, well, what if we implemented all of our processes and systems that we use internally to sell all of our properties after we fix our properties up. And instead of buying these properties directly from the sellers, we just partner with them and, in a nutshell, provide them all the same benefits that you would have gotten with a regular cash offer, such as, it's an as is sale, there are still no contingencies, no fees, no agent commissions, and it's a straight out net sale to you. But you get more money for the house. And
uh-huh,
well, you'd probably think, well, how is that possible? You're giving me all the same benefits and I get more money. Well, basically, throughout our experience, we realized that the best buyers that we sold our properties to were not really retail buyers who were getting a loan and they got to go through a lender and they got to do inspections and appraisals and qualify and all kinds of bullshit. We realized that the best buyers we have are hedge funds And just so you understand what hedge funds means, it's bigger companies who buy dozens of houses at a time instead of buying one house at a time. And the reason nobody's able to sell to them directly is because they don't buy one house at a time. They buy a package of 20 to 30. So what we started doing about 12 to 16 months ago is we started packaging properties up that come across our desk and facilitating the sale for our sellers who have properties in better shape, such as yours. And because these funds are not buying properties to resell, they're buying them to keep and rent them. They don't just want to buy them, they want to basically buy and perform for their investors. They have to buy them. We're able to essentially make this a hassle-free process for the seller. And currently we're doing 2 to 3 packages a month just because of the market and, the amount of people that want to sell their houses. But you're probably thinking, well, what's the disadvantage of that offer? Why wouldn't I take it? Right? There's really no disadvantages, but there is a couple of kickers, right? So first of all, these hedge funds don't buy every single house. They only buy specific houses that qualify under their criteria because they have to buy them in bulk. They have to make some kind of a buy box by which they operate, and they're super strict on their buy boxes. So that being said, your property, based on its features, I've already looked it up and cross-compared it to their buy boxes. Because it's built after the 1990s, and because it's in such a good shape and condition, and the square footage meets the requirements, and it does have 2 bathrooms, and you do have a newer roof, like all the boxes for them are pretty much checked off for your house. So before I even got back to you, out of 13 funds that we work that buy houses in Florida, 3 of them already gave me a preliminary approval. The other 7 are pending, and then there's another 3 that I haven't submitted or looked at. But 3 of them have already given me a preliminary approval on this. Now, if we're going to make this happen, I'm only going to ask you for 2 things, which I think for you and your situation shouldn't be a problem at all. Number 1, I'm going to need at least 67 days to make this transaction happen because these funds are not able to move as quickly as we move. So they ask for about a 2 months turnaround time so that they can actually complete the purchase. So that's the first thing. And the second thing is we just need reasonable access to the property to get the hedge fund reps in there. And essentially, it's a 5 to 7 time access, throughout the whole transaction. So reasonable access, just so you know, it doesn't mean we come and live with you in your house. It just means we give you a 24 to 48 hour notice, and we send one of the hedge fund reps in there for about 15 minutes. They take their photos. We accompany them while they do that, and then they're out of your hair. So it's just those 2 things. And as long as we have those 2 things, I can essentially get you to that price point, and you would put close to, let's see, so let's do the math here. So it would be $168,600 that you'd be putting in your pocket. No fees, nothing comes with this offer. You don't even have to pay us to facilitate this process for you.
Well, that sounds interesting. I just want to be able to check the price on the place, what I owe on it, and go from there. How's that?
That's totally fair. It's totally fair.
Yeah.
Now, assuming your mortgage is the 164, 165, does that seem like a doable deal to you?
Yes, it does.
Okay. So when should we chat again so that we could potentially put this together?
Well, we could chat tomorrow morning about 11 o'clock or so.
Perfect.
That'd be good.
Who do you have your mortgage with, by the way? Is it a big bank?
No, it's Loan Depot.
Loan Depot? Okay. Well, they're pretty
Yeah.
big.
Well, yeah, yeah.
All right, so give them a call.
So,
You can even call them tonight.
I,
I believe they're operating out of the West Coast anyway, so they're 3 hours behind.
uh,
But you can give them a
yeah,
call. If anything, you can text me on this number, but I'll lock you in on my calendar for tomorrow at 11. Okay?
okay. Sounds good.
And I'll give you a call and let's see if we can put this together. Do me a favor, Jeffrey. When we get off the
Yeah.
phone, I'll text you too, but save this phone number in your phone book. My name is Samuel. My company is called Simple Cell. You'd love the name. Um, we basically make selling your house simple. So essentially,
Yeah.
what I'd like to do is I'd like to keep very clear communication with you because it seems like if I can eliminate all these headaches and get you super close to where you were looking to be, that's kind of like a dream come true, where you don't have to
Yeah.
deal with any bullshit or headaches.
Yeah. Well, I'll find out and we'll talk.
Perfect. So
How's
I'll
that
I'll
sound?
I'll
All
jot
right.
you down on my calendar for tomorrow at 11. Other than that, you have yourself a great evening. Pop a beer open,
All
and I'll
right.
I'll talk to you tomorrow, and then
Okay.
we'll put you on your way to Ohio, man.
All right. Thank you.
You got it, Jeffrey. Talk to you tomorrow
Okay.
at 11.
All right.
Bye bye.
Okay. Bye.
Hey, Jeffrey.
Yes.
Hey, this is Sam.
Pardon me?
This is Sam. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. How are you?
I'm good, man. How you doing?
I'm doing all right.
All right. What's going on? You check the mortgage?
Uh, yeah, I did. I was wrong on my thing. I owe 185.
Okay. 185.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I got about 26,000 in windows put in
On
here.
Is that on top of the 185?
Yeah.
Okay. 26.
Yeah.
Okay. So what are we
And what
doing?
was what was the number you gave me if I wait or whatever?
So we had an approval for 332. So let me
Okay.
run that math. 332. So that still puts over $120,000 in your pocket.
Yep. Well, that sounds good. What's the
Okay.
catch? Is there a catch? There's,
The catch is that you have to sell us your house.
well, I'll sell you the house if that number is right.
Yeah. So here's what we have to do from here, Jeffrey.
Okay.
I'm gonna look the property up on the county. Um, Make sure your name is on it so that there's no catch on
Okay.
your end.
All
Uh,
right.
so give me a second. And then I have to basically I'll draft the agreement up and we have to go over it. The agreement is not long, it's only 2 pages long.
Okay.
1 second. So I'll basically explain everything to you in the agreement. That way you're super clear on everything on your end. And once we have it signed, basically the clock starts ticking and we got to perform.
Um, h- how long did you say we had to wait? I mean,
It was a 67-day wait. But just so you know, the average turnaround time is actually 42 days. So
uh,
typically, we get it done within 42 days. The agreement is for 67, just in case. We basically give a little bit of a cushion to make sure if there's any title delays or, any holidays come up or another hurricane goes through, so that we have plenty of time to make the closing happen.
that's understandable.
That makes sense?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, 1 second. The inquiry was for Skybird, but it was Jack Road,
No, skip
Lakewood
Jack.
Ranch.
Yeah,
Oh,
skip
it's a loop.
Jack
It's
Loop.
not a route. Yeah, loop,
Yeah.
loop. I got it. I got it. Okay, hold on a second. Okay, Mentee County. Me pull the address up. Here we go. Hey,
Yes.
so
That's it.
no catches on your end, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, that is fair, sir. Let me go in and write this up. I'm gonna put you on a quick hold. It'll take me 2 minutes to draft this. I did have a preliminary draft ready to go on my end already. So let me go put everything in the agreement, and then I'm gonna send it to your email. So can you pull your email up in the meantime?
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay, pull your email up, and I'll come back to you in 2 minutes.
Okay. Looking there.
All right, Jeffrey,
Yes.
I'm ready to go on my end. You have your email pulled
Uh,
up?
yeah, I gotta get it. Hold on a second.
Okay.
I got it.
Okay, I just sent it over. It's gonna come from again, and it's gonna say something like dot loop, which is basically the same thing as DocuSign.
I haven't got it yet.
Okay, might want to refresh it maybe.
Hmm. Well, let me check my
Spam.
spam.
It usually doesn't go to spam, but yeah, you may want to check it just in case.
Yeah, I check it to make sure it's not in that. It might be in trash.
Let me actually confirm the email with you too. So it's oh, okay.
It's wrong. It's
Okay, hold on. Hold on a second.
okay.
Go ahead and spell it for me again.
It's JBARTLETT
Okay.
5 at AOL.com.
Okay. Is it 5592 or just 592?
5912.
5912. Okay, let me read it back to you. At AOL.com.
Yes,
Okay. That's why. Let me resend it now.
Okay.
See, there's a catch with you, Jeffrey. You just don't want to tell me.
I'll go back to my inbox.
Okay. Hold on. I'm going to resend it right now.
Okay.
And reassign it here. Okay, I just sent it again. See if you got it.
Not yet. Not yet.
Nothing?
Nothing yet.
I'm actually gonna, sometimes when I put the wrong email in the beginning, it, oh yeah, it said failed to notify, so let me put your signature in there again with a new email. That might resolve it. Sign, Jeffrey. Here we go.
I got it now.
Okay, hold on, I'm
That's it.
resending it. That first one, don't open it.
Okay.
I'm gonna resend it.
I got Sandville, Evola.
Oregon. Yep, that's it.
Yeah.
So I just resent it, so you're gonna have the same exact email, but open the second one. So open the last one.
Okay, I'll see that. I've only got the one so far. I haven't got the second one yet.
Just give it a second. Can you so go back to that same email that you did receive? Can you click view document and see if it opens up?
Yeah, it says it has for me to view the document. Should I view it?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
All right, is it pulled up?
Yep.
Okay, perfect. So we can go through it then. All right. So you see on the very top where it says agreement to purchase real estate?
Yes.
Perfect. So, Jeffrey, I'm going to go clause by clause. Feel free to stop me at any time and ask me any kind of questions or any concerns you might have, okay?
Okay.
All right. So the very top is just saying that this is the agreement between Jeffrey as the seller, and then it's going to have Simple Sell as the buyer on the agreement. And the parties that are agreeing, basically seller agrees to sell to buyer the property known as the property, and then below you're going to see the address. So make sure I put the correct address and I didn't mess that up.
Okay.
All right.
Yep, you got it.
Perfect. So let's go to number 1 now, earnest money. So This is the part where it says buyer shall deposit $500 with the title company of buyer's choice, which is going to become a closing agent, as an earnest money deposit. So this is the deposit that we have to put in. Again, buyer has to put in so that the agreement becomes valid, right? So we just have to show intent that we are actually, making this transaction happen for you, and for that we're going to put money in, actual money in, to show our good faith. That makes sense?
Yes, it does.
Okay. So that's the deposit. Underneath, you're going to see purchase price. This is the most important part. So it says, buyer will pay the purchase price of $332,000 to seller. The entire purchase price shall be paid to seller at closing. And then you're going to have a part where it says plus or minus any prorated assessed taxes, other prorated assessments, which, could be the windows, and less any payoffs for mortgages or liens. So just so you understand what this means, $332,000 is the gross number. We then have $185,000 that you told me you have for the mortgage, and we have another $26,000 that you have for the windows. Both
Right.
of those numbers are going to come out of the 332, and what remains goes directly into your pocket, and there are no fees beyond that, right? So those are just the things that you had lending on. Now,
Yes.
the question you should ask me is, well, Sam, I'm going to make my mortgage payments for another 2 months. What happens to that, right? So
Yeah.
essentially, every time you make a payment, that increases your payoff at closing, meaning every time you pay money in, you will receive that money back when you sell the property, because a portion of that money that you're paying goes to pay your loan balance down. So the lower your loan balance is, the more money you get at closing of escrow. Okay?
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
Perfect. All right. And then the last part is saying that less any unpaid assessed taxes. So just so you understand, you have a mortgage, your taxes are paid on a monthly basis. You really shouldn't even worry or think about that, because your taxes are already prorated because you have a mortgage in place. So, but so you understand what that means, essentially, every property has property taxes on it, and if we buy the property, let's say in November of 2024, up until November of 2024, the taxes is your responsibility. From November of 2024 to December 31st, we have to pick up that bill as the new buyer. Okay?
Okay.
So, but you don't really have to worry about it, because all your taxes are paid on a monthly basis through your mortgage anyways, right?
Yeah. I guess so.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so let's go to number 3 now, closing costs. So it says buyer shall pay all escrow and closing fees, meaning we're taking care of absolutely everything. There are no fees you're paying, there are no title fees you're paying, there are no attorney fees you're paying, there's no closing fees you're paying. Everything's on the buyer. All right?
All right.
So it almost seems like I'm working for you, huh? Not for, not
Yeah,
for the
I
company.
gotta ask a question.
Go ahead.
When it comes time to get out of the house,
Yes.
do I have to take the furniture or any of that with me?
We'll get to that in the contract. I actually have a clause in here for it.
Okay. Go
Yes,
ahead.
that's a
All
great
right.
question, though. That's a great question. So number 4 is closing terms. So this is just saying that the closing of escrow, which is basically the day you're going to get your money, shall occur within 70 days from the date on which buyer gains access to the property following the execution of this agreement. And then seller and buyer hereby employ title company of buyer's choice to act as an escrow agent and the title agent for this transaction. So they basically become a third party who will handle all of our paperwork for us, and they're attorneys. And the reason we use them is just so that there is no mishaps or any kind of issues with the paperwork done, right?
Sounds good.
Okay, so the rest in this clause is mainly instructions for that title company. If you go to the middle of this clause, it does say one thing that pertains to you, which is seller agrees. It's like right in the middle. It says seller agrees to cooperate with the closing attorney for execution of any corrective instruments as required to cure or clear title. And parties agree to extend the closing up to 90 days to clear any legal or title issues. Just so you understand what that means. Sometimes when we go to buy houses, your driver license might not match with the deed, right? Or vice versa. And small little things like that have to be fixed before title can be transferred. And so what it's saying is that title will put all of that in place, and we will basically pay for all that. But you're agreeing that you will cooperate with them so that you can actually transfer a clear title on the property. And if anything happens, we're not going to cancel on you. We will give you extensions until those issues are resolved. Okay?
Okay.
All right. And then next, it says sale price includes any and all appliances and fixtures contained in the subject premises.
Yes.
And last part is just saying that any notices could be sent under this agreement either via email, so we can, like, we're sending you this document, we can just email you, or we can send you mail, and within 3 days of delivery, it's considered to be delivered, and same thing with you sending stuff to us. You can email us, or you can send us mail. Okay?
Okay.
All right. So we're almost getting to the point where, I'm going to answer your question about the furniture. So first,
Okay.
let's go to 5 and 6. These are the defaults. So any agreement has to have a default clause in it. Before we get into it, I just want to preface it by saying in 6 years of us doing business, not a single time we had to go to court with any seller. And the main reason for that is because everything's out in the open, and I have to disclose everything to you up front. And make sure you're on the same page with us before we can even enter into the agreement, right?
Yeah,
But
right.
that being said, so it says, if seller shall breach any terms of or provisions of this contract prior to closing of escrow, buyer may proceed against seller for any claim or remedy the buyer may have in law or equity, which includes but is not limited to specific performance. Just so you understand what this means, essentially, you're selling us the house, we're agreeing to make the transaction happen for you. You can't turn around in 20 days from now after, we're ready to go to the closing and say, hey, you know what, guys, I was just kidding. I'm not selling the house anymore, right?
Right.
And same thing with us. So there's also default for us. If we breach any of the provisions of this contract, then you get to keep the deposit from us as damages to you, okay?
Okay.
And now let's get to the question that you asked me. So number 7. So this says property is sold as is. Okay. It says the buyer is purchasing the property as is. No repairs or improvements will be made to the property by seller prior to closing. Seller will maintain and repair the property, however, so that as of closing of escrow, it will be in the same condition as of the effective date. So the day we're signing this contract, which is today, the same condition your house is in, that's the condition it's going to remain in, right?
Right.
And then it states, seller acknowledges and agrees and understands that any personal property left on the property after closing of escrow will convey to the buyer and may be disposed of by buyer at buyer's discretion. So that personal property is basically referring to the furniture, right?
Yeah.
So if you leave something behind, like say you leave a couch behind, you have to be okay with us donating it to a charity and not coming back after us and saying, hey, I left a couch here. You guys owe me $500, right?
Yeah. I got you.
But that's
Yep.
the answer to your question, okay?
All right. Thank you.
Perfect. So let's go to the next page, clause number 8. Let me know when you're there.
All right.
Okay. So this one is a pre-marketing agreement, as we spoke. Essentially, this is the same thing that we will need in a separate document because we don't ever share the purchase contract with the funds that we deal with. But this is basically saying that seller authorizes buyer to advertise the property for sale or rent as equitable owner on any website or form of media, including but not limited to MLS, for purposes of pre-marketing the property or to gauge interest of financial partners, contractors, or assignee from buyer's network. Right? So this is what's going to allow us to get you to one of those funds that I was talking to you about yesterday. Okay?
Yeah.
All
Okay.
right. So then number 9, you'll see the checkbox that I put in there is in the part where it says the property is occupied, because obviously you still live there, right? So if the
Right.
property is occupied by seller, tenant, or otherwise, as of opening, seller shall permit buyer access with a 24-hour notice. So we have to call you in advance. We have to give you a notice before we send any of our reps into the property. Okay?
Okay.
Perfect. Then number 10 is occupancy post closing of escrow. So it's just saying that we get occupancy after we close on the house. So meaning as soon as you get paid, that's when we get possession on the house.
All right. And then how long would I have in order to pack up? You know what I mean?
So you have technically the entirety of the contract to, make all the arrangements that you need. But typically we pre-arrange that. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna give you an actual closing date.
Okay.
So as soon as we enter the agreement, the funds go in there. They do all of their preliminary inspections. Then they're gonna firm up their bids, and once that's done, then we give you a closing date as to when we're actually gonna close on the property, and that way you have plenty of time to prepare yourself for the move.
Okay. Okay, that's good. Yep.
Perfect. So let's go to number 11. This one is lengthy, but it's super simple. So this is the clause that's going to allow us to get you in touch with one of those funds that I was talking about, okay? So it says, buyer reserves the right to assign this agreement to a third-party purchaser or to novate this agreement with a replacement agreement with a third-party purchaser. And in either such event, seller shall cooperate fully at buyer's request to transfer title to the property directly to that third-party purchaser, right? So it's essentially, instead of you transferring the title to us and then from us it goes to them, because that would be very costly, we're passing on all those savings of double transfers and you're transferring the title directly to them, right? And we're facilitating that for you.
No
Now,
problem.
11.2 and 11.3, let's read these carefully. So 11.2 says, seller acknowledges potential introduction of new terms in the third-party agreement and commits to provide timely and effective cooperation to facilitate the execution of that third-party agreement. The seller agrees to perform these actions contemporaneously upon buyer's request, aiming for smooth completion of the novation process, provided that the net sale price as agreed in the original agreement is assured. So any new terms that could be introduced in that agreement, no matter what happens, you're still getting all your money as we are agreeing in this agreement. Now, this might lead you to believe, well, what kind of new terms am I going to agree to? Well, you're not agreeing to those terms. You're just acknowledging the potential introduction of those new terms. But if you go to 11.3, it says the buyer commits to fulfilling all obligations related to renovations, repairs, and any other requirements as might be necessitated under the terms of the third-party agreement of sale, including advancing any necessary costs and indemnifying the seller against such obligations. Meaning, if there's any kind of discrepancy between our agreement and the third-party agreement that these funds are going to give us, we have to fulfill those discrepancies on our end, and it has nothing to do with you. Make sense?
Yes.
Perfect. Now, 11.4 is also an important one. So it says, in the event a third-party purchaser fails to close on the purchase of the property, as outlined in the third-party agreement, both parties agree to reinstate the original agreement of sale between seller and the buyer under terms equivalent to the original agreement, ensuring that the buyer resumes their position as prospective purchaser for the property. So this is basically like insurance, right, for you, because at the end of the day, nothing's guaranteed in this life.
Yeah.
Obviously, I've done all my preliminary research to make sure this is going to work first before we can even get the agreement in place, right? Because we don't want to
Right.
waste our time either, and we don't want to waste your time. But
Right.
it is a possibility that, sometimes, very, very rarely, in very rare instances and in very unique circumstances, sometimes these funds can come back and say, hey, this property has Like, I'll give you one example. One time we were buying a house and it had some kind of weird siding on it. It was like some kind of foam siding that nobody knew about, and the funds came back and said, hey, we can't buy it because we just don't accept this type of material for the siding of the house, right? So it was a very weird scenario, but we still were able to make it happen. And the reason we were able to make it happen for the seller is because anytime we enter into an agreement with a seller, when we create the marketing package to send to these funds, we always put together a plan B. So because we buy and sell so many properties, and when we go to sell our properties, we usually generate 4 to 5 offers on each one of our properties. But unfortunately, we can only accept an offer from one party. So all the people that send us offers that are pre-qualified buyers, retail buyers, they go into our database as retail buyers who'd buy properties with loans. So what we do is, whenever we create these marketing packages, we also send it out as a backup to our retail buyers. And when we do that, we drum up interest and we drum up plan B options for our sellers so that just in case these funds don't perform, we always have a plan B and we always have a retail buyer lined up who would buy this with a loan, and we will fulfill all obligations between the person who's getting a loan. So like if they need appraisals or whatever, we have to deal with all that, and you don't have to. So that's why we keep it very broad, and we don't say hedge funds, we say third party, so that we can interchange that, and in case we need to implement plan B, we can implement plan B for you. That make sense?
Yes. Can I ask you a question?
Go for it.
Do you sell properties to individuals that qualify or not?
Only to individuals that qualify, yes.
Oh.
Are you asking for yourself?
Yeah.
Oh, see, you always got a catch, man. You coming from afar.
Oh.
The answer is yes. So this is what we can do for you. So I have a not a huge team, but I have a pretty decent sized team, and a part of my team handles purchasing, right? So what we can do is we have other properties, including in Ohio.
Yes,
so what we can,
that's what I was.
Yep. What we can do is we can start looking for properties for you based on your budget and based on your qualifications. And sometimes we're able to find properties with seller financing where you don't have to qualify through the bank. You just make a deal directly with the seller. So what we will do on our end, once we have this agreement in place, I will get with a team and we'll call you and we'll ask you exactly what you're looking for and in what area and what type of houses. We'll put that criteria into our system, and then we will start generating leads and different types of properties for you. And we could even potentially, arrange showings and stuff like that for you too. All of that is free of charge. It's all on us.
Okay, good, great.
Okay? Because I could sense you asking, that this is sounding expensive. How much does it cost? But there's no cost associated with that. This is what we do for our livelihood.
Okay.
All right.
Go ahead.
Perfect. It does seem like I'm working for you, doesn't it?
Yes, it sure does.
Okay. So let's go to the last parts. We're almost done. So 11.5 and 11.6. 11.5 basically saying in the event of transfer of rights and obligations of the buyer under this agreement, seller agrees that such transfer is not a default. So basically, if we're transferring our rights to a third party, that doesn't mean that we're canceling on you and we're not defaulting on the agreement. And 11.6 is just reiterating that upon closing under the third party agreement, seller shall retain from the net proceeds of the sale the full sum of $332,000 plus or minus any mortgages. So this is reassuring that no matter what happens, you still get every penny of your $332,000. Okay?
Okay.
Now we're almost done, so let's go to the next page. We have number 12. So this is saying that seller shall not enter into any agreements to purchase the property with any other party, meaning you're selling it to us, you can't sell it to Bobby down the street at the same time. And then Number 13 is agency disclosure. So because we're licensed in Florida, we do disclose that, hey, we're agents, but you don't have to pay us anything. We're acting as a buyer in this transaction. We're not your broker. Okay?
Gotcha.
Number 14 doesn't actually, relate to you. It's for houses that were built before 1978. And then number 16, the last one, is just saying that this is the entire agreement. There is no verbal agreements between parties, and nobody's holding guns to our heads to sign this. This is voluntary, and we're coming to this with our own free wills. Okay?
Okay.
That's it. Simple enough?
That's it. Sounds good.
Okay, so on the bottom, Jeffrey, do you see where it says Jeffrey click here or Jeffrey sign here?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, go ahead and press that. And then it's going to say something like adopt and sign or adopt my signature.
Dot my signature.
There you go. And
I
then
got to sign above it.
you don't actually have to. It should have written your name in full already. So you don't have to
It's
scribble
got
it
my
with
name
your
written in it.
Perfect. So now
Yeah.
you should click finish signing.
Uh,
Or sign. It should either say finish signing or sign.
it says switch and draw.
No. You don't have to do that. Do you see on the top right where it says finish sign in?
It says adopt and sign.
Adopt and sign. There you go.
Want me to click that?
Yes, sir.
All right.
And then
We're
now you.
almost finished, it says.
Yep. So click finish signing, and it should say something like share back with Samuel.
Go back, travel. Let's see. One of one fields completed.
Okay.
Mine says.
And does
I'm
it say
done?
share back with Samuel? Or yeah, I'm done. Click I'm done.
And it says success. I'm done.
Perfect. Let me check on my end to see if I got it.
Okay.
Hold on. Yep, I got it on my end. Okay, so now, almost done. So now go back to your email and clause number 8, the pre-marketing clause, I just need to have it in a separate document because we never shared the purchase and sale contract with our third parties. So go to your email and it should say something like authorization to market in your inbox. Do you see that?
I'm back at the beginning of what does it say?
So you just go back to your email inbox
Okay.
and it should say something like authorization to market. Do you see that?
No, I don't.
It should be a new email that just arrived to you.
Hmm. Wait a minute. No, I just got both things, both names.
Okay, so are you back in your email or are you still in the agreement?
I'm in the emails.
In the inbox.
Yeah.
Go do me a favor, refresh it for me.
Hmm. Well, I'm trying to figure out. I got both your names, the new one and the second one. You know what I mean?
The new one, the most recent one. Open the most recent one.
All right. Now I've opened it. It says,
Authorization to market?
let's see. It's. No, I'm back to the original agreement.
Okay, exit out and open the other one then.
And review. it, you signed default simple agreement to purchase
no,
our.
that's not the one. Hold on, let me resend it again. Give me a second.
Okay.
So go to your inbox right now, and I'm sending it right now.
I'm at my inbox.
Okay. I just sent it again.
All right.
It'll pop up any second. Did you get it by chance?
No, I'm still waiting for it.
Okay, can you maybe refresh it or maybe exit the app, the email app, and go back into it?
All right. I got the new one.
Perfect. Go ahead and click view document.
I got the same. It's please review authorization to the.
Yep, that's the one.
Market.
That's the one. That's the
All
one.
right, I got that.
So
What do
you're
I got
gonna
to
click
do there?
view document. And this is the exact same one as the clause number 8. So you can just go to Jeffrey sign or click here, and you're just signing the bottom. So it's the same exact thing as clause number 8
Yeah.
in the original agreement.
All right, the name's there. Do I
Yep.
adopt and sign?
Yes, sir. Same thing.
You're almost finished. It says.
That's it.
Um,
You're gonna click finish signing or I'm done, and then share back with Samuel.
it has. I'm not done, and then share back with
Share back.
Samuel.
You're gonna click share back.
Okay.
That's it. I got it on my end.
Okay.
We're officially under contract. Congratulations.
All right. Thank you much.
You got it, Jeffrey. So here's what's going to happen next.
Okay.
I'm going to first send you a demand letter for a steak at a steakhouse.
Oh.
You hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. We good with that? You taking me out on a steak dinner?
Sure.
Okay. So I'm not gonna put it on the contract. I'll take your word for it. But in all reality, so here's what's gonna happen next. I have a transaction coordinator. Her name is Ariana. She will get in touch with you if there is any other information I may have missed. I don't believe I missed much. She will collect that, and then she will be in communications with you, and she'll bridge the gap between the title company, and she'll help us get this to the finish line. Okay?
Yep.
She's also going to ask you some questions about where you're going and what type of property you're looking for. So give her all that information, and then we'll start looking for properties for you too in Ohio on our end. Okay?
Yep.
And
Sounds
she'll also
good.
coordinate all the showings and all the showing requests with you to go in and out of the property for Skipjack Loop.
Okay. Sounds
Perfect.
great.
You got it, Jeffrey. Well, congratulations, and see you
Yeah.
on the dark side, man.
Sounds good.
You got
Thank
it.
you
Talk
very
to you.
much.
You're very welcome.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.